So, welcome back to another fantastic video. My name is Sam. I will be talking about the rise of infertility in both men and women. Um, Infertility is not something that's just women suffer from, but there's always been a stigma that it's the woman's fault, or if but a lot of men nowadays, a lot of men nowadays are a lot of men nowadays are starting to suffer from infertility. So let's dive into the video. Okay. Um, the main question is, why is there a rise in infertility? Well, to sum it up, it could be due to a number of things, from lifestyle changes to environmental factors and delayed childbearing. More and more people are prioritizing their careers. They want to get further up to climb the career ladder and putting childbearing at the back burner. And studies have shown, like, the more educated we are as a society, the less, or should I say, the less children we have, or should I say, the less likely we're to have kids at a very early age. Just because maybe people are going to school, they want to get a degree, get a job, and same for men as well. Some men are even pushing almost 50s before they set up their family, have their first child. Okay, there are several factors that plays a role in infertility, particularly, like, maybe say in the range of, let's just say, maybe particularly women that are working, or maybe women that have a career, or maybe it's not just women, same as the men as well. So there are some key factors that could play a role, from stress, pressure from your job, irregular work schedule. Maybe you're working extreme long hours, and it's throwing off your hormones. These can all lead to PCOS, which is, I'm going to have a go at pronouncing the acronym, which is polycystic ovary syndrome, which is the leading cause of infertility. Lifestyle factors, including diet, exposure to harmful chemicals in products and sanitary products as well. Lifestyle factors in harmful product and sanitary product as well. This further exacerbate. This also cause an increase to infertility issue. So, what is the leading cause of infertility? The leading cause of infertility is often attributed to ovulation disorder in women and low sperm count in men. For example, the more harmful chemicals we expose ourselves to every single day, these also pose a threat. The more harmful chemicals we expose ourselves to every single day, this also poses a threat to our reproductive organs. Studies have shown that some sanitary pads, cosmetics, fast food, studies have shown that some sanitary product, cosmetic, fast food can also contribute to infertility. Because these sectors are not properly regulated, it's hard to tell which. For some people, it might be fast food. For some people, it could be it could be cosmetics. It's really just hard to pinpoint, but that's just to give you an example. Now, contrary to popular belief, male infertility is also on the rise. A lot of men are also having issues producing high sperm counts, and if you look over the last 50 years, men, if you look over the last 50 years, men's sperm count have significantly dropped. And that's to do with a number of factors, from pollution to the diet we're eating, unhealthy lifestyle, drinking, alcohol, or maybe just the environment we live in. That's just to give you some example. There's a taboo that, oh, it's the women's fault. It's not necessarily the women's fault. For what I will say is, say maybe some of the chemicals that we are exposed to, maybe fragrances, or for a woman, if you're getting extra estrogen, um, maybe the product to be used, for example, will bond to your the product that we use can also have an effect. From fragrances to cosmetic stuff, cosmetic product can bond to our cells and act, or should I say, act as if you're getting extra estrogen. Now, for a lot of women that maybe have ovarian cyst, maybe they have cancer, or maybe they might have dealt with breast cancer in the past, they could also have issue with infertility. For men, on the other hand, if you're a man and you're getting extra estrogen, what that means is you're obviously gonna have a lot less testosterone, and having a lot of testosterone would mean that your sperm count would significantly drop. Another aspect is society factors, such as access to healthcare, education, lifestyle choices. A lot of people that come from a lower socioeconomic background might not have access to proper healthcare, or for someone to educate them on things they could have done. For instance, I've often seen doctors said to maybe some of their patients, like, had you came to my clinic 5 years earlier or 15 earlier, we could have fixed your infertility, or we could have put you on the right path. Um, Additionally, factors such as the kind of food we eat, diet habits, stress level, um, occupational hazard, the kind of work we do, that could also contribute to infertility. As I previously mentioned, that diet too play a lot. From It plays a lot and has an impact on our reproductive organs. Say, for example, if your diet lacks a lot of nutrients, and if your diet lacks a lot of nutrients, this can also, maybe you're missing some key vitamins. This can also impact your fertility, both men and women. Similarly, alcohol and drugs and smoking, and these are the kind of stuff that can also play effect. That's not to say it will affect everyone, but it could also affect some people. As I previously mentioned, that delayed childbearing and career priorities, the ideal fertility age for men and women, I think, is if you're under 25. Maybe for men, let's just say, if you're under the age of 25, and for some women, or should I say, some women suffer from infertility even younger, maybe as young as in their early 30s. Uh, and it could be a number of factor reasons. It could be untreated STIs. It could be genetics as well. Some family, for example, they're more predisposed to infertility. Some blood types are even more predisposed to infertility. And maybe doing a test and maybe talking to families just to know what age range, uh, maybe the women in your family or the men in your family, any history, any medical condition that could affect them in the future. Now, while there is access to um, assisted reproductive technologies such as IVF, and some people might even go down the surrogacy route. While I've seen a lot of videos where people would say you could just adopt For someone that's trying to conceive or have their own biological child, I can see how it would make them feel like they, even though they could adopt, they would maybe want something of their, maybe they would want a child of their own as well. And that's not to say there's nothing wrong with adoption, but that's just to say some would also and I say some might go the extra mile or do or try their best. And I think the longer we leave childbearing age and we don't cater for our health, we don't eat properly, we don't look after our nutrition, we don't exercise, we have maybe smoking, maybe we're smoking, maybe we drink alcohol, maybe substance abuse. These are all factors that can have an impact on how on the man on the man on the man sperm quality, and also for both men and women. If you get high oxidation, for women you get low poor quality egg. For men, if you get high oxidation, you get low sperm count, and that's in a case where maybe the chemicals or the fragrance or whatever product we use bonds our cells and create oxidation and kills off some of our cells on a nuclear level. Like I said, genetic also plays a role. And there are plenty of women that maybe the cutoff age for the cutoff. There are plenty of women that maybe a cutoff age for them is 33, 34, or 30, or 32. Now, I know there was an uproar where France tried to bring in a reproductive law to make women get a fertility test just so they can be aware of their fertility window at the best time to have a child is your peak fertility years. Like I said, ideally from the age of from 18 to 35. For some men, well, there have been people say men can always have a child at any age, but that's not necessarily true if you haven't done the right thing from eating healthy, working out, looking after your nutrition, and if you have a poor lifestyle habit, that could also impact a man's sperm quality. Previously, as I said, nutrition as well could also disrupt our hormones. If we have maybe we're eating a lot of fast food, this can mess up our hormones, and our hormones are what's responsible for sending out messages to our reproductive organs. Conditions such as PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome in women, and PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, but also men associated with the hormone imbalance. So also men that have hormone imbalance as well might require them to change the diet for them to see the result that they would like to see. Now, there are some solutions. There are some holistic solutions. I'm a believer of like try both holistic and pharmaceutical. I would never say, I would never say, I would only use holistic drug. If there's a case that holistic medicine is the best, which might take a little bit longer, which is safest, then by all means do. But if your doctor or a pharmacist can prescribe something that can equally work, that's up to you, but I'm personally not against or for either. I would use both if I was put in this kind of condition. Now, there's some stuff that you can do for holistic stuff, such as acupuncture, for example. Acupunctures are one thing that people do. Herbal medicine, and there are many other stuff that you could do. Now, I've heard stories about wild yam. There's a particular place in Nigeria where like forgive me if I'm wrong. I'll try and put the video in here. A majority of the people they have the highest twin population, and that's due to the kind of yam that they eat that makes the women hyperovulate and produces more than one egg or so. So I would say, if you're gonna try the holistic approach, I would always say do a diet elimination. You might want to do a cleanse where you give your body time to get rid of all the toxins in your body. So I'll start with getting rid of all the bad food, all the poor habits. Maybe get off sugar as well. Try intermittent fasting. I will give my body 2 to 3 weeks to clear itself all the bad stuff. Try intermittent fasting as well, and then start to introduce the diet, the holistic stuff. Then you'll get the maximum benefits. So that's another. Thank you for tuning in. That's another video done for this week. I will see you on Saturday.